Supreme Dalek has arrived! The metal doors opened, and instead of the usual black Supreme, it was a red Dalek, and it looked like a movie Dalek from the percussion films, and at first I thought it was. But this new Supreme Dalek looked more satanic. The metal claw was sharp and burning bright orange, and the red paint. I don't think that was red paint at all. It was... Oh my god, I think it was blood! The woman was now trembling, and so was I. To be fair, Daleks are meant to be scary, but this blood-red Supreme was proper nightmare fuel. And the voice... Oh god, the voice. It still haunts me to this day. "The time has come," it said, snapping its burning metal claw realistically. The woman was now pleading and begging for her life. Then, the blood-red Dalek did something that I didn't see coming. It launched its metal claw at her chest and pointed its gun, which looked more like a flamethrower, at her. "Exterminate!" Then, all of a sudden, a huge blast of fire erupted out of the gun and engulfed the woman in flames. It showed her burning up, and it wasn't a mannequin, it was the lady herself, and her screams were real. I was so frightened that I covered my ears, and the Dalek started chanting as she burned to death. It was the famous Daleks Conquer and Destroy line from Power of the Daleks, but it sounded louder and demonic. Suddenly there was more static, and although I could still hear the Daleks chanting, the episode was now showing footage of natural disasters, like earthquakes, forest fires and volcanoes erupting, and I wasn't too sure at the time, but I thought I could see a scary looking face staring right back at me and into my soul. I decided that was the final straw, and the episode was freaking me out, so I grabbed the remote and pressed the stop button as fast as I could. But to my horror, it did nothing, and it had brand new batteries in there. I screamed for the video to stop, but it didn't. It just showed an extreme close-up of the demonic face staring at me, with the Daleks still chanting in the background, and the woman still screaming. And before I knew it, the blood-red Supreme Dalek was back, and an extreme close-up like the demon face, and it said a quote that still haunts me to this day. "Life is a lie. All life deserves to die. The Maya are always right. All will die, and all will perish when the clock strikes 12. And the episode came to an end with static. Well, it was all over, thank God, but I couldn't get that quote out of my head, and that's when I realised something. I know nothing on the Maya, but I was aware that they predicted the end of the world, but I had no idea that it was on the 21st of December 2012, which was... Oh God, I forgot! It's today! I looked at my clock, and it was 12. "Oh my Lord! It's the end!" I cried. I ran to the window, expecting to see fire, floods, thunderstorms, and people panicking outside. But all was still. I looked at my clock again, and it was 12:02 a.m., the start of a new day. You've been working too hard, I thought. And so I hit the hay and went to bed. The next morning, I returned to the BBC television centre and reported the tape. I also told the staff there that they should send it off to the incinerators. They first thought that I was joking, but I insisted that they should burn it. However, one of the ladies there said that they will take a look at it and decide, and so I reluctantly gave them the tape. Later that day, I was having lunch, and the same lady came to me and said that it will be sent to the incinerators immediately, and they will also try and contact someone who knows of it. Sometime after New Year, the BBC got in contact with someone who knew the origins of Scream of the Daleks, and I met up with him, but he wished to be anonymous, so let's call him Mr. X. And anyway, this was the story that he told. In 1965, during the height of Dalek mania, there was an assistant working with Terry Nation. His name was Basil Mill, and he was a tough man who often had many fallouts with his wife, and he was very interested in Mayan civilization, and he wanted an episode where the Daleks performed Mayan sacrifices and used his wife as the victim. Nation and the crew were understandably shocked at this idea, and they refused, and so did Peter, David, and the Dalek operators. But Basil and his friends took action, and one night they kidnapped his wife who had gotten the divorce, and they filmed the whole thing. Basil's friends operated the Daleks, and Basil voiced them. The red Dalek in the episode was a movie Dalek, but it had been stolen, and it is rumoured that Basil was not only a bully but a murderer too, and he painted the Dalek using the blood of his victims, who happened to be his wife's friends and relatives. Before the episode aired, Basil knew that he would be arrested for this horrific crime, and changed his name to Formil, and he even fled the country and ended up in most likely Mexico, but he was never heard from again. The episode never aired, but somehow escaped the incinerators until now, and Mission to the Unknown took the place of Scream of the Daleks, the episode that never aired. Mr. X also mentioned that the movie Dalek was altered and made to look more satanic, and other details that are best left unheard. Well, after that experience, I decided not to go looking for any more missing episodes, because I think there are some that are better left in the dark. However, the search continues, but if you find a missing episode, make sure that it's one that everyone knows. And I pray that Scream of the Daleks was the only episode that was made corrupted, and there are no more out there like it. Here's my advice. If you find a lost Doctor Who episode with a title that sounds unusual, do not let your curiosity get the better of you. And for the love of God, whatever you do, or whatever you think, destroy the bloody tape!